Alright, welcome back to Nappy Vlog. Ooh, I like that. We're just gonna roll with it. Let's just get that. Let's just go. Making a beat on the fly. Hey, 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 hey. Sometimes it happens quick, man. This might be one of those times. I'm just not gonna think, baby. All right. Let's add some motherfucking reverb. Maybe this is an intro. Time for the hi-hats. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it very much. We're gonna get this, baby. This is quick beat. That's it. Yay! What? I don't waste no time, 'cause I don't need to. God damn, that's hot already. Yeah, I'm doing it alright. And I'm doing it all night. I can make a beat whenever I wanna. Make the listeners, they come on. Got it. That ain't it, motherfucker. Here we go. What? Minute and 30-second beat. Thanks, Justin. This is the whole verse. Build the verse up. Let's make a hook. Still the verse. Still the verse. Still the verse. Still the verse. Alright, let's add some verse. Simple melodies to foreshadow the hook melody. So you break it down. Boom, 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 boom. Let it breathe. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Foreshadow the hook. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Now take it up an octave. Bum. God damn, that's hot fast. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go back to the hook. We're gonna add, on the upbeat, we're gonna add reverb, open hi-hat, and reverb claps. It's just something that makes the listener realize it's a hook. It's, you're welcome for the trick. We're gonna do halftime hi-hats for the beginning of the verse, and I'll probably put a filter on them, or yeah, probably a filter or a tremolo. I'm actually gonna do 4 bars. I'm gonna do 4 more. Alternate, break when the snare comes in. Alright, hey, we're in business. Fuck, I'm good and I know it, huh? Alright, so I'm gonna throw a tremolo on it, which is gonna pan between the speakers on the hi-hat. Just breaks it up. I think I might even throw a filter on it, which will really cut it in like double halftime. At least the emphasis. Yeah. Maybe I'll throw a big crusher on the snare for the first half of the hook. That way the hook has even more room to build. I'm thinking a bit crusher on the snare on the first part of the verse. I'll also add a bit crusher so the verse really has room to grow. I think I might even throw a phaser on the 808 for the first half of the verse. So once again, everything has a lot of room to grow before you even get to the hook where it grows more. But in that half where I have those effects on, I need one of them to come back on. So it's a slight build before the bigger build within the single verse. So maybe the snare, no, definitely not the hi-hat. Maybe the hook there, maybe the kick there. Maybe the kick there, but with an effect. For the second half of the manipulated first half of the verse. Who's actually following me and I don't sound crazy? Hopefully someone. putting these effects on different parts of different sections of a song, you allow for dynamic growth. Because you don't want your song to be a fucking flat line, otherwise no one can amp up. And you don't want to only have to depend on drops. I appreciate that. Hopefully one day. So now the kick comes in 1/4 through the first verse. The kick comes in. And then we bring the drums in halfway through the verse, but still have room to climax when we get to the hook and more instruments are added. Oh. And I think that now that we're 3/4 into the verse, I'm going to add a drop. I'm going to add a drop at the end of the 3/4 of the first verse. So then what that does, it allows for the last quarter of the first verse to sound extra poppin' and have room to dynamically grow again before the hook. So here we go with the drop, 3/4 into the first verse. Still the verse. And I think I'm gonna swoop the 808 bass into the hook, which is pretty much also a drop. You know what? I'll drop the shit again, because with that one extra instrument minus the lack of drums, it'll really grow into the hook. Here we go, transition into the hook. I might even add an extra transition sound, but just as is. Here we go. Almost. It's too much of a clip with that 808 drop. So I'm gonna actually crossfade the 808, but with a tempo fade, not a volume fade. There it is. Look. Boom, 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 boom. And then once we add a little transition sound, I'm going to give away a lot of gems today. I hope you appreciate them. Get a big sound you like. Big bassy sound. So you have a big explosion, right? That's where you want that to come down on the downbeat of a new section. But, like, walking into explosion is terrible. You need the pre-explosion. Oh, I'm giving away gems. A few people that are listening, you're about to get some gems. Purple Sticky, what's good, man? So you take your explosion sound, put that on the downbeat of the section you want the change to happen. And then right before that, you simply reverse that sound. And by doing that, it creates the opposite of explosion, but the anticipation, like you'll hear. It's like, I mean, if you reverse an explosion, what do you get? And it stops, right? So I reverse the explosion into the explosion. Oh, that's $1 million tip right there. All right, and this is what we got. Now listen to it. So all together, right, when the drums drop, remember you want to make sure there's placement for those extra sounds by removing certain sounds or EQing them, maybe taking out the high end and or low end or scooping it. Here we go. Into the hook. I think we need more of a crash for the... Yeah. So, here we go. That's it. When I work with artists, I try not to appreciate it. Raul, thank you very much. Bruh! I'll say your name. Bruh! Appreciate you tuning in. Honest. Honest? Is that how you say it? Honest. Baby, you ain't. Chad Tepper, man. This is a beat you would kill. Listen to this. I ain't coming for you. I mean, it depends on what type of cum we're talking about. This is a Chad Tepper beat, maybe. So, we're going through the process of building transitions between sections and adding. Still the verse. Simple. It gives the vocalist a lot of room. You can always add instruments after the vocalist goes. There it is. There it is. 16 minutes. There's a beat. Honey, I am. Bruh, maybe I will. That ain't true, Sticky. Alright. Well, that's all I got. I gotta go catch a sushi dinner. Make sure you go on YouTube, Nappy Music Videos, and follow me. Subscribe, hit the like buttons, all that good stuff. Make sure you go to Instagram and follow Chad Tepper, because he is someone I admire in the game that's killing it and independently grinding. And make sure you tune in every Friday on Spotify and all the musical digital outlets for Nappy Music. New music every Friday. Ah, Purple, now it all comes together. Now I know who you are. Alright, well let's get in touch, Purple. But I gotta bounce. Sushi dinner time. Love y'all. Nappy Beats, Nappy Music. Subscribe, hit that like button. Follow me on Spotify. Every Friday, new music.
Money. Bitch, I'm making money. I'm making all this money. I won't let anyone stop me, cause all they do is